So, hello, Mr. Mann. Well,
Hello.
thank you for accepting our interview today. And first of all, we'd like to welcome you to our school and into our family of QC.
Okay, thank you.
So, let me ask you the first question. What subject do you teach, and also which forms do you teach?
I'm teaching English. I'll be teaching years 1, 2, and 4. I can't remember exactly which letter, which form it is, but yeah. Years 1, 2, and 4.
So, what are your impression and thoughts of QC and also the students as a whole?
So far, it's nice. It's nice and central. I think the students are intelligent, very driven. So far, I didn't expect that you guys would come up to me on the first day here and ask me to participate in an interview. So I like that you lot are pushing yourselves. I'm sure getting out of your comfort zone and challenging yourself. So I think first impressions have been good.
Well, thank you, first of all. And also, let me go on to the next question. So what teams and function teams and clubs and societies are you like the advisor for, or are you in charge of?
I'm a member of the English Association, and I think I'm in charge of Speech Festival.
Do you look forward to handling these activities?
Yeah, it's a responsibility. I'll see how it goes. I think anything new, you just have to be positive. It will work out. So something to learn from myself, but hopefully I can support the students in my. I think with the speech festival and debate, it would be similar kind of target language or teaching. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, let's move on to what your teaching style is, so students know what to expect. Can you describe it for us?
Well, it's quite balanced. I think as you start as a teacher, well, it always changes, right? You start as a teacher, it's a bit like traditional. So when I was younger, it's normally just listen to the teacher, complete textbooks. But I've been trying to change my approach to a more fun and interactive. So ideally getting the students to kind of talk to each other, some fun, some games, activities. So it's difficult as a teacher if you're teaching a class and they're all quite bored, they're not interested, then for a teacher that's quite difficult, or for myself that's quite difficult as well. So I'm trying to find ways to engage the class and make sure they're enjoying it and listening.
When and how did you get interested in teaching, and also teaching English specifically?
When I first came to Hong Kong, I started teaching at a language school, actually for younger learners, like 3 to 14. It's only actually when I did one of my teaching certificates, and then it kind of gave me a structure, and it got me really interested in the pedagogy, like how to teach, and also the language itself, how it's structured. So with that structure, it made me interested on how to teach, but also how to manage a classroom, and it made teaching more enjoyable as well, because I could see my students were learning and they were listening and they enjoyed the classes. So I think at that point I started enjoying teaching a lot more.
So other than English, do you have any other personal interests or hobbies that you mind sharing to the students because they might want to get to know you?
Interests and hobbies, many. I think my biggest interest would probably be playing football. I play chess. I watch Netflix. Football I've been playing for quite a while. Usually play with a group. Usually on Hong Kong Island, sometimes on Kowloon, 11 aside. So I think there's a football team here as well, right? Yeah. I heard. So we'll see how it goes. Chess, so international chess, the king and queen and things like that. So I usually just play on my phone when I'm commuting, or it's kind of my distraction. But short games.
Yeah, I know that many of our students also use chess.com to play.
Oh, great. Yeah. I can pay them sometimes.
Do you mind if I ask what football team you support?
Arsenal. You?
Interesting.
Do you support a team?
Manchester United.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we played Man U 2 weeks ago, but Yeah, Manu was a lot better than I expected. Unfortunately, they lost the last game as well.
That corner kick.
Yeah, I think they will do better. I think they're going through transition.
We hope Arsenal doesn't get second again.
I hope so as well, but other teams look good. Very competitive this year.
Maybe you can talk about some things you're good at, or maybe some things you're not good at.
What am I good at? It's hard to say anything you think you're good at. You always know you can be better. So, I could say I'm good at football, but there's always room to be better. Say I'm good at chess, but again, there's always room to be better. But yeah, I think there's always things I'm bad at that I'm trying to improve on. Like even with teaching, there's things I'm good at and bad at. So it's good to understand these things. I can't really pick anything particularly, but
Okay.
I could say I'm bad at singing. I heard there's a singing contest, which I don't want to be part of, unless you want something to a bit of comedy. But yeah.
So what would you say be the biggest challenge you faced while teaching so far in your experience?
Well, there's always ups and downs. I think teaching style and it always changes depending on the class. So I think the challenge will be finding activities, finding ways to engage the class, make sure they're enjoying the lessons. This will actually be my first time teaching secondary. In the past, I've taught adults. So usually much older learners, like 18 to 50 or 60 years old. But I think it's the same with adults. When some of them are very focused, very driven, like they want to learn, they want to ask lots of questions. I think with secondary, it will be a little bit different. We'll see. But I think with any challenge, I think it's a good thing. I think you have to face challenges, and that's how you improve. You figure out what works, what doesn't work, and then you face them.
Do you mind talking about like your previous teaching experience? Because you mentioned teaching adults, and maybe even 50-year-olds. Can you talk more about that?
It's been mainly two types of kind of teaching. One has been general English, so really getting them to understand the different parts. It could be vocabulary, grammar, speaking, pronunciation. I've enjoyed teaching pronunciation actually. The other part is IELTS. So with IELTS, it's more exam skills, which has also been quite interesting because students they have a target, they have a score that they want to achieve. And that has been, again, teaching the different exam skills, writing as well, writing like what structures they can use, how can they make their writing more coherent and understandable. But yeah, it's usually mainly those two.
Okay, interesting. So we want to ask you, how do you think you can make students, how to encourage them to speak more English in their maybe day-to-day life, as well as not just in class?
Oh, that's a difficult thing to do. It's difficult. You need to find someone to talk to. And you need to be quite focused. I've had some students for IELTS, they form a group, a WhatsApp group, and they push each other, they're setting up times to have speaking practice, and they only use English to talk to each other. So it could be you have kind of a shared, I guess it'd be nice if I could say, go out, find a friend to talk to in English, but not everyone has this opportunity. It'd be good if you can find someone outside who you can be friends with and you can practice, and that's the best way really. But if not, perhaps if you and your classmates have an understanding we want to improve and we want to practice our English more, then instead of using Cantonese, you can force each other to only use English, and but then it's something where you need to agree on. and that can be quite helpful. In terms of not just speaking, but ongoing improvement, I like to say if you read more books or you find something you're interested in, I'm not going to say like read a really difficult book and force yourself to read a book you're not interested in, but find something you can enjoy reading, and if it's in English, you can improve a lot. If not, I find that with students that when I ask students, or when I have students who have much higher level than I expect, I ask them like, how did you improve so much? And a lot of the times it's been like I watch a lot of YouTube. And strangely, it is quite common. A second would be I watch lots of movies on Netflix. And then the third thing would be actually I listen to lots of music. So it's actually being able to surround yourself with English outside of the classroom in a way that you can enjoy it. Rather than feeling like I'm forcing myself to learn.
So we were just talking about how interest is a big challenge for students to learning English and being willing to like speak English. So do you have any recommendation of like maybe books or movies or any type of media for students to get interested in so that they like speak English more?
In terms of books, it's really about what you're interested in. I think for students, perhaps I find that Japanese books that have been translated into English can be a good level, because through translation actually, to find the best word that suits, actually it's kind of been leveled down and made easier. So, and I also find the style of Japanese writing, it's very different, and it's quite interesting how they put their words together. So that could be a possibility. There's an author called Haruki Murakami, I think, quite famous author. He writes very interesting books.
Well, on behalf of Aster, thank you for accepting your interview, and we hope that this year goes smoothly for you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for having me.